So the 5 rep max single leg knee extension test is a great way of us assessing quad strength and knee strength. And it allows us to compare left between right to see if there's any deficiencies or discrepancies, so we can look at what's called a limb symmetry index. Now, the key thing with this is it's a maximal test. So we have to make sure that we're hitting a set that we completely fail at. So we're essentially doing the heaviest weight that we can do for 5 repetitions, and we're taking that as our score. Now, I would always recommend before someone doing a maximal test that they're doing 5 minutes as a bit of a heart raiser on the bike, and this will just increase core body temperature. From here, we would build up as though we're doing any normal exercise. So we would start with a few lighter sets and work our way up. We should have a fairly good idea of what we're going to be aiming for our 5 rep max test. This is key because we want to achieve this set in the least amount of sets as possible. The reason being is if we start accumulating lots of sets during this test, then actually what's going to happen is fatigue's going to kick in, and that's going to be the limiting factor for us being able to completely assess this accurately. Now, what we want to be doing is we need to make sure that we hit a failure set within the test. Then what we would do from that point there is we would take the heaviest weight that we could do for 5 repetitions, and that would be our score. It's also key that the left and right side get pushed maximally. So if we find that the left side gives up and is not able to achieve 5 reps at a certain weight, but the other side is, then it's important that we keep pushing until we hit a complete failure set on both the left and right hand side. We also want to give ourselves about 3 minutes between each set. The reason being is that will completely replenish the energy source used in short bursts of activity like we're doing here. And then again, fatigue won't start to kick in. Now, to get accurate and usable information, we have to create a standardized protocol that means that this is completely reliable and the information that we're pulling out is something that we can go on and use. So what we're going to make sure that we're doing is setting ourselves up in the same position for each test. From here, we're going to work through a full range of motion. So we're going to make sure that we're straightening the leg all the way out and the knee is completely extended. We come back and then straighten out. And we need to remain controlled with the weight on the way back. If we were to get the knee to this position here and it wasn't to be completely straight, then that wouldn't count as a rep, and we'd have to repeat that repetition until we get that knee completely straight.